Hi, I'm Dr. Otto Janke, and I want to thank you for being with me today. We're going to take a dive into your mindset as to your being around for more better years. I talk with many people about this one simple aspect about your longevity, about your health. I often will ask patients when they come into my practice, so how long do you plan on being around? I mean, not in my practice, but how long do you plan on being around on Earth? And what's dramatic about it is they'll give me a number which just doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. And they'll say something to me like, I don't know, 65 years. I said, 65 years? That's it? Because that is sometimes almost a decade less than what the average American lives. I said, "Well, how'd you come up with that number?" And the people will tell me. They'll hesitate for a little bit, take a pause, take a breath, and say, well, I saw how my parents went out. I saw how my parents' last few years were. And I will say to them, and you don't want to go out like that, do you? And they're like, no, I don't. So you'd prefer to actually shoot short than try to, and they say yes. That's a mindset. That's a dramatic mindset as to how long, how much you're going to be around. That mindset alone is absolutely a major obstacle for you, in you, but absolutely a major obstacle for you. So let's talk about some aspects we can do. Let's talk about some three aspects about your mindset, about your resiliency. Resiliency, and look on the online as to the Merriam-Webster definition of resiliency. It is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties and to spring back into shape. The capacity to withstand. So my first step for you today is this. Understand that you've already gone through a lot of stuff in your life. You've already gone through some major hurdles in your life. Some things that some people will find unconquerable. Some things that some people have been devastated and have been forced to stay in place. When I was going through my prerequisites at SUNY Cortland, and I'm taking my prerequisites to get into chiropractic college. I'm not even at chiropractic college yet. I'm taking the classes to qualify to get into chiropractic college. And one of the classes was organic chemistry. Well, I walked into this class not having any chemistry previously. The previous chemistry I had was in high school. And I was supposed to have elementary chemistry or, like basic chemistry in college and then take organic chemistry the following year. I didn't have time for that. So I took both at the same time. There were people I met in college at SUNY Cortland who changed their whole degree, changed what their major was because of a class. Because of a class. They changed the trajectory of what their life was going to be because of one single class. And I was stumped by that. I will tell you, I'm not the sharpest, I'm not the cat with the sharpest claws by any means. I'm not even close. I'm a grinder. But I wouldn't allow one class to stop me in that. The mindset is defined as an established set of attitudes held by someone. What are the beliefs and attitudes that you have about yourself, about your health, about your longevity? What are they? If I asked you about this, I'd say, for instance, how long do you plan on being around? What do you think your 50s, your 60s, your 70s are going to be like? I will tell you quite frankly, the majority of you will, if we drill down into it, Well, tell me you don't expect a lot of great years. You anticipate a chronicity of ill health and disease. You anticipate that. Many Americans do. And I'll be quite straight with you and tell you that many Americans also fulfill that attitude, that mindset. They fulfill that. They're like, well, see, came true. My parents had chronic diseases, my aunt and uncle. So my philosophy, my mindset, my attitude is that I'm going to be around rocking into my 90s. Actually, 96 is the number. Don't ask me why, but that's my attitude. That's my mindset to it. And rocking, what I mean rocking, I plan on being up on stage somewhere, plugged in, guitar blasting, still not very good at it, but playing in bands, or at least going to watching concerts. That's my mindset. I anticipate that. I anticipate that. That's my attitude toward it. What is your attitude toward that same expression? Resiliency is the capacity to withstand or recover quickly. So number one is you've already done much. You've already overcome a bunch. You've already pushed the envelope as to what you can do just by being here right now and listening to this. What do we all have in common? One, we made it this far in life, meaning you went through your own birth, which doesn't sound like it would be that difficult of a thing, but for many people, that first year or two of life is not easy. Number two is you and I have gone through a worldwide pandemic together. Congratulations. You're here. You've gone through breakups, you've gone through divorces, bankruptcies, businesses, getting jobs, being fired from jobs, leaving jobs, moving out of the house. You've done much already. If I were to ask you a second thing to make a list of, the first one was, how long do you plan on being around? The second thing is, give me 5 things which were difficult that you overcame. And for many of you, you'd be stuck on that for a little bit. I would drill down with you again, and we'd come up with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers of things which you have already done. You've taken the hits and you're still here. If you look at some of the world champions in boxing, Muhammad Ali, we all know. Are you going to tell me Ali didn't take hits? Ali took hits. He got stunned. One of the classic fights was him against Joe Frazier, and he got rocked. Who do we say is arguably the greatest boxer of all time? Muhammad Ali. It's not like he didn't take hits. He took hits, but he was resilient. He was able to get back up and get going. So that's number one. Number two is you are allowed at any time in your day, your week, your month, your year to stop, pause, and change your mindset. Adapt it. You are allowed. Well, how long do you plan on being around? 65, 66? You're allowed to say 96. You're allowed to stop and alter and then have a different mindset about how long and how you're going to be around. My parents, my dad died of a tumor in his lung from emphysema from chronically smoking. My mom died of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. They both had died of a cardiovascular problem. So what's one way I could stop my family history right there of being someone who does that? Well, I don't smoke. I'm an adamant, no smoking. I can change what my trajectory is by not doing some things. I cherish breathing as odd as that may seem. So I protect my lungs. I'm allowed to alter, to improve, adapt my mentality, my mindset, so that I can go forward and have more better years. It's much easier than you think. And let's tie it into the last point. The last point is this. I'm a firm believer in three simple words. Action silences weakness. Action silences weakness. In that, I think it's very important that you have affirmations. I'm going to do my best today. I feel loved. I hope to, today I will do my best to help my patients be even better. But the absolutely fundamental aspect of that is we take action upon that. An affirmation is fantastic unless you want to take that and go make it actually 1,000 times more effective. You take action upon that. I want to improve my years to be around. Well, how are you going to do that? I'm going to go to a gym and get a trainer and then learn how to exercise better and eat better. And I'm going to make sure I get more better sleep. Well, I mean, those are phenomenal things right there. I wish all of my practice members did that. I wish all of them did that. What are two things? I'm not going to overwhelm you with three, but what are two things you could do to dramatically increase your opportunity to, as I like to say, stack the deck in your favor for more better years? What are two things? If you got two, give me three. If you got three, give me five. What are things you could do? And we're going to make sure they're reasonable, effective, cost effective. What are some things you could do right now? Start today. So for instance, exercise, I'm going to start walking. My mindset changes when I take action. Your mindset changes when you exercise also. In some of the most difficult times, I've made sure I exercise so my mindset gets straight. So my thinking gets better. Not hard to do. Go for deep walks. Go to nature. Take time to take my brain out of gear for a while. And for you, it might be the meditation. It might be prayer, going for walks in nature, exercising. Action silences weakness. Action silences weakness. I actually have t-shirts that I've made with that on it. I think it's fundamental. Let's recap this. For you to have more better years, to be around for more better years, number one, we have to ask ourselves or tell ourselves, what have I already accomplished? What have I already overcome? Take a minute, look at this. I think you'd be astounded how strong you actually are. Number two is you are allowed to adapt and improve and change. Resiliency is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. And one of the aspects and one of the words I use to also mean resiliency is plasticity. Plasticity is the ability for your nervous system to adapt and change. Your nervous system does it every single second, probably thousands of times a second. You can do the same thing. And three is this: action silences weakness. What can you do today, tomorrow, this week, next month to move forward? It's not good enough to be able to stand in place and jump as high as you want to and say, listen, I'm working so hard, versus taking one small step forward. One small step forward. Action silences weakness. We start putting our mindset together. I know we can have more better years. I'm sure of that. You have a great day. Any way I can help you, please feel free to contact me. Let's put this into action. Action silences weakness. Let's put these into action. I appreciate your time. Any way I can be of help, we'll leave a link down there for you. Thank you.